The Boy Who Spoke to Clouds. Jonah loved lying on the grassy hill behind his house, watching clouds drift across the sky. He imagined them as animals, castles, or giant ships sailing through the blue. But one afternoon, something strange happened. A small, fluffy cloud stopped above him and slowly floated lower, until it hovered just above his head. Jonah sat up, surprised. The cloud shimmered, then formed a round, kind face. It spoke softly like wind through leaves. The cloud said its name was Nimbus, and that it had been watching Jonah for a long time. Jonah was the only child in the village who still dreamed while looking at the skies. Because of that, Nimbus could speak to him. Jonah felt excitement rush through him. Nimbus explained that clouds carried stories from faraway lands, stories of mountains older than memory, oceans deeper than dreams, and winds that traveled around the world. But lately, people had been too busy to listen, and the clouds grew lonely. Nimbus invited Jonah to travel with him for one afternoon. Jonah agreed, and the cloud lifted him gently into the sky. They floated above rooftops, rivers, and forests. The wind brushed Jonah's face like cool silk. He had never felt so free. Nimbus took him above a distant valley, where dark clouds gathered in silence. These clouds were heavy with unspoken worries from people who lived below, farmers who feared storms, children who felt alone, and families struggling with change. Nimbus said the clouds needed someone to speak to them and help lighten their hearts. Jonah closed his eyes and whispered to the clouds, telling them stories of courage and kindness he had heard from books and neighbors. Slowly, the heavy clouds softened, thinning into gentle white shapes. Rain fell softly, not a storm, but a calm shower that brought relief to the valley. Nimbus glowed brighter, proud of Jonah. He carried Jonah back to the grassy hill as sunset painted the sky in gold and pink. Before leaving, Nimbus told him that if he ever needed help, he only had to look up and speak. The clouds would hear him. The next day, Jonah shared what he had learned with the children in the village. He taught them to talk to the sky, to share worries with the wind, and to imagine stories in the clouds. Soon, the whole village felt more peaceful. Even adults noticed how the air felt lighter, as if worries drifted away more easily. Nimbus visited Jonah often after that. Sometimes he brought stories from faraway mountains. Sometimes he simply floated nearby while Jonah watched the sky. Together, they kept the clouds bright and full of life. And whenever a soft rain fell over the village, people smiled, knowing it came from clouds that felt heard thanks to the boy who listened to the sky.